Hello guys, it is me again. It is good to see you all again here tonight. Today is Saturday, July 17th, 2010. Day 198 on our Project Jesus 365. Again guys, it is good to see you guys here tonight. This is becoming a habit, way too familiar guys, of me getting these vids in way too late and having to cut them short, even though last night's video I think ended up being 9 minutes or something anyway, so, or almost 9 minutes. So guys, like I told you, I'm just so busy right now. Today I worked and then came home and I'm rebuilding a motorcycle engine for a guy at home. Kind of one of those deals. I told him I'd do it at home in my spare time, and I'd cut him a better deal on it. He's kind of a friend of mine, so I've been working on that a little. And then of course, I tell you man, the devil tries to attack us every time we start doing things for the Lord and we start seeing movements in our life. I was telling you guys last night about the wonderful youth rally that we had. I mean, just like I said, had people being saved and we just, and people rededicating their lives, and just had just such a movement of the Spirit. I mean, it was the pastor of the church from Virginia that was there kind of helping us. I mean, he told me last night, he said, man, he said, you're going to have a different church now. He said, I really think that this has awakened your church. He said I think you're really going to have a different church now. And I was so excited. I still am, but got home from work today, probably been home from work an hour, maybe a little longer than that. And I was sitting in here, and Dad walks in and says, because they had actually, the church went on a kind of a nature hike deal, I guess you'd call it today, and took our church van. And it's probably, I don't know, 15 miles each way, maybe. Probably not hardly that far, but got to go up some pretty rough mountains, pretty steep mountains. And anyway, Dad walks in here after, I'm just kind of sitting here relaxing, resting a little bit. He walks in here and says, well, they just brought the church van back, and it's pouring transmission fluid out of it. I said, you're kidding. He said, no. I said, well, is it a rear seal? Is it busted a line or something? He said, well, from what I could see, it looked like it was coming from the front of the transmission. And that's never a good sign when it's coming from the front. So anyway, I went down there and got the transmission. We were closed. I mean, I opened the garage back up and pulled the van in and got it up on the rack and checked it, and it's pouring transmission fluid out of the bell housing where the torque converter and everything goes. So I don't know if it's blew a front seal out, if it's the torque converter's busted, if the transmission's busted. I just don't know. And here we are, our Bible school starts Monday. I mean, actually, when we were getting ready, we were going to run this bus all this week, to pick kids up. And I did. I got aggravated. That's what I was telling Dad. I said, boy, the devil, he sees what we done last night. He sees, the power that the Lord, bestowed upon us last night and the good time that we had. And I said, he's already trying to cut us down. He's trying to stop the good works. Which, hopefully Monday I'm gonna make it top priority. I mean, even over paying jobs, I'm gonna try to put 2 men on it if they both show up for work. You guys know the problem I've been having with trying to get men to show up to work here lately. But if they both show up to work, I'm gonna put them on the church van. Maybe, hopefully, can get it done Monday. If it's just a seal blew out, it's 5 or 6 hour job, to change it, but still, maybe we can get it done. So, guys, just pray for that. Pray that we can get our church bus done. We can probably use cars to pick people up Monday. We'll just have to run maybe 2 or 3 cars and go pick people up, but, hopefully we can get it done so we can use it the rest of the week. So, guys, just pray. Just pray for that. But, that's the way, the devil attacks us. He does. And this guy, some people could say, oh, well, you Christians, you always talk about the devil. Which, sometimes things do just happen. But, this guy had this van. This guy used this van every day for a work van. I mean, every day. And, we've probably put we've probably not put 100 miles on it yet since we bought it, and this is a major breakdown, you know. So I don't know. It's just an awful big coincidence to me. I think the devil's attacking us, but you know, like Jeff always says, that's a sign we're doing something right. That's a sign we're over the target. You know, when the screaming demons or you know the devil or whoever starts attacking us, then that means we're over the target and we're doing something right. So just pray for us, guys, that we'll get our church van done Monday, and we can use it to serve the Lord. So anyway, guys, yeah, I guess that's all the jibber jabbering I'm going to do tonight. We're going to continue on. I still got to get my sermon finished up for tomorrow. We got a bunch of visitors still here that are going to be here tomorrow, so I'll try to get a pray to the Lord and get an idea what He wants me to tell them tomorrow. So anyway, guys, continuing on in Romans chapter 7, verse 11, here we go. For sin, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good. Was then that which is good made death unto me? God forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me, by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. For that which I do I allow not, for what I would that I do not, but what I hate that I do. If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me, that is, in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. For the good that I would do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. Now if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. You know, guys, like I say a lot of times, sometimes in Paul's writings, the way, I think what it is the way that this is translated, I think the way they translated this into the Old English, into, the King James Version, I think it loses a lot, or I think it kind of confuses us the way it's worded. Paul's just basically saying here that there's no good in our flesh. Atheists and a lot of people will say, oh, well, you don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to believe in God. You don't have to follow Jesus to be good. We can do moral and good things. I can argue with you on that. Because we're no good till we get saved. And even after we get saved, we still don't do everything we should. We still sin. We still slip up. Our flesh is corrupt, guys. Our flesh is no good. If we do anything good, it's because of God, and it's through God, and it's by God. So anyway, like I say, guys, get you a study Bible or whatever version you need, a Bible to understand these things. I've got a study Bible. I've got commentaries. I've got notes. I've got all kinds of references that I use to get things together. Usually now when I give a sermon or even when I read on here, I do it, King James Version. That's the way I read it. But just because that's the way I read it normally, that don't mean that's the only way that I study it. I'll go get several different, versions. I've got a few older people in my church, and some of the older people, they're King James only. That's what they want. That's what they want to hear. When I first started preaching, I was using my study Bible to preach by, and, I could kind of see a few of them kind of having, when it would come to some verses in the study Bible would change it a little bit, you could tell they were having a little trouble following. So I said, I'm going to, if I need to learn something, I can go to the study Bible and learn it, but when I preach, I'm going to preach it King James, just because it's easier. That's what most people bring to church. I'm not a King James only snob. Use whatever you use to the Holy Spirit will point it out to you anyway. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to get off here. I'm glad you guys were here tonight. And good Lord willing, I'll be back here tomorrow night. Guys, like I said, keep praying for me. Pray for my church. we got some miraculous things going on, but like I said, when you have some miraculous things going on, the devil's going to hit you harder, and he's already proven that with hitting our bus, tearing it up. So, guys, just pray for me. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.